We haven't done introductions yet for this episode.
No, that's why I'm asking. We're getting clearance here.
Just a minute, Clarence. So in our last episode, we debuted our theme song.
Yeah, and we debuted it, and you didn't tell me we were debuting it, and all of a sudden I'm like, what's going on?
So let me debut the other theme song real fast.
Oh, jeez. Oh, my. Okay.
Wait.
We got to... Whoa.
Whoa.
No.
What is going on?
What
is going on? Oh, that's a picture of my backyard. Oh, it used to look so nice with all the ferns under the tree and everything. It really looked good. It was nice. I like that. We're having some...
We're looking
at my photo library over here.
Organic moments, Patrick, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
No,
as it gets to a long ways away.
We got the rhythm.
We got the flow. Trophies are for winners. Y'all already know. We're breaking it down. Episode by episode. Spreading positivity. We're on a winning roll.
Did you tell the AI to bring the funk on this or what? Yeah, like the first one you're like, we need some Celine Dion, and now we need the funk.
I said bring the funk. Bring the funk.
Da funk.
Bring it.
Bring the funk.
Bring
Wow.
it.
So how many? Let me just ask you. How many different AI versions of our intro did you create?
32.
Jeez.
No. I just did the two.
Is there a country western version?
I just did the two.
Don't ask.
Yes. But that fucking bitch Beyonce stole it, man.
Oh, bird.
She
Okay.
called, and it was called fucking Oi Oi the podcast, and she called it fucking Yo Yo the fucking song.
So that brings
That was
me
it. It was
to,
just- it's
that
just
just
the
brings
two.
me
It's
to
just the
inquire
two.
as to whether or not you'll make me a metal intro. Because
Totally
I'd
could.
like a metal intro.
I totally
if
could totally do
AI
that.
is, if AI is going to steal from Metallica, I mean,
Wow, we totally could do that. Totally.
Trash.
yeah,
What about trash?
Hmm.
We're right up
A
Nancy's.
thrash. A little thrash.
okay.
little, yeah. That
Gotcha.
sounds fun.
Mhm.
So you're Nancy.
So I've got. Yes, I'm Nancy, and who do we got with us today?
Well, we've got Patrick with us.
Yes, Patrick.
It's me again. It's Patrick.
It's Patrick.
And I am one Pierre.
One beer. All right. Yeah, all right. So Patrick is back with us, and Patrick has just an incredibly exciting life. You have a lot of excitement going on, and you took, and I'm going to get this wrong, but you took a trip with the Dark Skies Initiative to look at the most recent solar storm and the auroras. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I was thrown together kind of last minute because, the storm was only generated a day or two prior to the big night. But together, it was actually the Fargo-Moorhead Astronomy Club that arranged it, and I helped publicize it through my Dark Sky channels. And it was out at Buffalo River State Park, which is just east of Fargo-Moorhead. It's a beautiful little state park facility, and that's where Minnesota State Moorhead operates a regional science center, including a 16-inch telescope that they use to do exoplanet research.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, it was a phenomenal evening. There were more people out there than I've ever seen for any of the regular star parties that have been put on. Normally, it's maybe a dozen or a dozen and a half people that show up for a star party where you're just doing the telescopes and you're looking at the deep sky objects or planets or whatever might be up that night. There were dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens. At one point, the entrance road to where the science center is just looked like it had nonstop cars coming in.
Did they cause light pollution?
There were dozens.
Well, yeah, actually.
There were dozens and dozens of what? Dozens
Cars
and dozens.
lining up in the road causing light pollution.
Lining up coming in
Right.
to where the
really?
site was. And
If you thought about it,
Yeah.
with that many dozens, you could have just said hundreds and been done.
There were probably pushing 100 people easily between people that were near where we were set up with the telescopes and cameras.
That's pretty awesome.
And the road into the park facility where there were cars just parked out there. And yeah, you mentioned light pollution. Some of the hardcore photography wonks that do astrophotography, they were getting a little upset. Turn off the lights.
Yep. Nobody had a fucking disco ball like what's hanging off the front of your house, Nancy.
Well, it's
killing all those, sending all those poor birds to fucking Pittsburgh that hanging right at Fargo.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily hurt animals as much, but new cars especially have freaking insanely bright LED lights, and it's all white, brilliant white lights. And yeah, you look at one of those things, and it hurts.
And they are beautiful. They are beautiful lights.
But the northern lights.
I'm looking at those lights, and I'm just like,
So okay, let me ask you a question, and this is I think a legitimate question. It seems like a lot of people that posted pictures had gotten those pictures right after the sun went down. Was that kind of the time?
It was incredible to see it, but yeah, as the sun was setting, and it wasn't right as the sun hit the horizon for us anyway. It was still twilight. It was dusk. There was still light in the western skies, and you could start to see the glow and the banding and the shimmering to the north and to the east. You can see it. And yeah, it was right from the get-go. And we were there from, sunset was about 10 to 9 or so that night, I think. And we were there until about 11, and it was nonstop.
Oh, nice.
And it kept going most of the evening. But North Dakota was in, and the upper Midwest was in that solar storm from far earlier in the day. It was mid-morning when they started sending out alerts. So if it had been dark at that time, if it had been dark at 5 or 6, it would have been just as spectacular.
Neat.
Yeah, and it was the first G5 that they use this G scale, a G scale to determine the intensity of the solar storms. It was the first G5 solar alert that they'd had in 20 years, since like 2003-ish.
Well, I couldn't see anything from town, and I was actually not all that interested in like driving out in the middle of nowhere and just sitting by myself. I hate to say it, but I was like, that sounds like a Dateline episode. Like I'm just gonna
to me like a regular Saturday night.
Thanks, but I mean, it's like I just wasn't, and then I fell asleep in my recliner. That's how it went. Back to Saturday it was a very
night.
very busy day, and I was kind of tired, and I just wasn't into it. I regret it. I'll tell you, I regret it. I really should have gone out.
Oh, that sounds like one of my Saturday nights.
And just found somewhere to camp out and watch it.
It's either regrets or loneliness.
Seems like all of my friends that have farmsteads got amazing pictures. They were like,
I got a friend in the cities. They drove up to their cabin, which I don't have a cabin, but they drove up from Minneapolis at like 9:30 at night and didn't get up there until midnight or so, just because it was happening. And then they went back the next morning. People were going crazy. It was almost borderline eclipse level of interest in the sky phenomenon, which you don't see that much. And that's exciting. Like the guys that were complaining about the headlights, I was like, guys, just these people have probably never gone out to see something like this. So let's talk to them.
Yeah.
And, tell them next time you come out, turn the headlights off as you're driving in.
Yeah, just bring the baseball bat, go down the road. Boom, 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 boom.
But, let's explain to them why, and let's tell them what's happening here and let them enjoy the show, because maybe they'll get interested in future efforts.
Well, we are going to have
it was amazing.
We're going to have a KP5 here tomorrow night. Here tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, huh?
Tuesday and Wednesday night it'll be KP5.
Are you? Hang on, you're not hearing that, are you?
Hearing what?
My phone's going nuts.
No,
no.
I can't hear nothing. But I can hear Scott shouting KP5 over and over again. I don't know what that means. What does KP5 mean?
It's like some level of the Aurora Borealis stuff.
Yeah, it's like an index for solar storm and activity. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration uses the planetary K index, and it's used to characterize the magnitude of a storm. So they use it as kind of an indicator of disturbances, and the higher the number, the better your chances. Like tonight it is KP 5-ish, 6-ish. Back over the weekend, it was up to like 6 and 7, and on Friday night, in some places, it was 8 to 9
for the big stuff.
There's other indicate for the big stuff. Yeah,
I mean that we already had that everybody was going gaga goo goo.
Yeah, that we already had. Yeah.
Oh, you remember Gaga Goo Goo? They were a really good band. Too shy, hush, hush.
You mean Kaja Goo Goo?
Oh, yeah, Kaja Goo Goo. Too shy, hush, hush, eye to eye. Too shy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Kaja Goo Goo.
So, Patrick, is it ever on your bucket list to go to the Arctic Circle and look at auroras?
It is. I would definitely do that. There's opportunities.
Do not lie.
Yeah, I would go. If there was an opportunity to go to like Iceland or someplace like that, or even like northern Canada. The thing is, there's this thing called glamping these days. I wouldn't have to do all that much hard outdoor activity. They make like yurts and luxury cabins with like freaking glass roofs.
Yes, that's on my bucket
go
list.
Out there and glamp.
So I want to go to Finland, and I want to get in one of those glass igloos and watch auroras. That's what I'd like to do. And then
definitely bringing my wife along for that trip too.
Well, yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah. So, thanks for being our resident expert on all things light and dark. I mean, I don't know. It sounds like you're channeling some sort of mysticism. I enjoy it. So I know it's science, but it still seems mystic.
You're not far off. I mean, I mentioned it talking about the solar eclipse, but also Aurora Borealis and Aurora, whatever it is in the southern hemisphere. I can't remember right now, but they also inspired like all sorts of myths, legends, not always good ones, that what might happen when you see the sky turn to fire. But
I'm sure someone died. I'm sure a harbinger of good times.
Yeah, sacrifices might have been involved.
Yep.
And there could have been positive things too. I mean,
a goat, at the very least, a goat died. Right.
Well, we could only hope so.
So, yeah, that I regret not working harder to get out and find. I know there's more coming up.
It's not done.
I know.
Yeah, it's not done. The solar, the sun is at peak intensity probably for the rest of the year.
Great.
So there's a pretty good chance of another monster solar blast, coronal mass ejection, slamming into Earth between now and the end of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll get your shot.
Well, I'll get it. Good. I'll have to.
I had to talk to my doctor about my coronal mass ejection.
Whoa.
Well, hopefully she can.
I was rather embarrassed the other day.
How long you been holding that one in? I mean,
well,
all right. Well,
that's why I carefully pronounced it. I had to enunciate that word due to the
to make it
because you're
coronal mass
Patrick is classy. Scott, not so much. And I'm just.
I've had my moments of unclass.
You need to remember, I can pull your wire, honey.
Kaja Goo Goo.
You got nothing. You don't have Kaja Goo Goo. You don't have
Kaja Goo Goo.
You won't have dog doo doo.
Boy, this is just going low. So here, I'm gonna transition. I'm gonna transition into something.
Right.
Our pop topic of today is the big iPad apology for their hurting the creatives. Apple wounded the creatives. So let's talk about this.
There should have been. You go, man. You go.
Patrick's got the conch.
Are you aware? I mean, are you aware? Are you actually aware of this? I mean, I know she sent out the.
I am now. When she sent out the topic, I watched it. I read a couple of articles about the whole apology, and
you've seen the commercial. You've actually seen the commercial.
I did. All
of it's nasty, anti-Semitic.
It's pretty much anti everything. It is the exact opposite of woke.
I mean, you might as well be a card-carrying, baby-killing fucking Nazi if you like that commercial. Good God.
I don't know. I didn't catch on. I watched the commercial. I'm like, So what's wrong with this, other than that they're destroying a bunch of things with the press? And then I had to read about it to figure out what was wrong. When you sent it over, I thought it maybe was talking about Robin Williams, because I remember they had
Robin Williams.
That would be you and the rest of the planet. Kind of wondered what was the
I
problem.
I didn't get it, and I understand maybe in the end it possibly ties back to AI and the whole debate about human being in charge of creative potential, and they're saying, hey, our iPad can create things just as well as any of you can.
But it's not you.
I don't know if that was their intent.
They didn't squish any people.
Oh.
You know, if they had a couple of nerds under there with big glasses and their mouth out, and they squished them, then I could get it. They squished stuff.
Yeah.
So the way, I had not seen, here's the deal. I had not seen the commercial, but I heard about the controversy first. So then I didn't get to see it really with the right, vantage point.
Remember while I was eating my big Scotty, I showed you.
We were at a restaurant and Scott showed me it on his phone, and I thought to myself, oh, they're pushing down all these basically symbols of the arts that are going into the iPad. They're just pushing them into the iPad. That's what this is. I mean, like,
as in,
paint cans.
It took you all this stuff before,
right?
And now in our fancy schmancy new piece of glass with a new pencil, you can do it already.
But it's like, okay, we're smashing the guitar into the iPad. We're smashing the paint into the iPad. And I just thought, because the theme of it all, I guess, is crushing it. So it's like,
that was when they came out. When they actually did the announcement.
Yeah, it's crushing.
What you don't see is you don't see it during the commercial. But if you watched the Apple event, that was the deal. That was like, hey, we're crushing it with this version of the iPad. Crush it. We're killing it. Woohoo!
Right. So I did a little research on this, and apparently Hugh Grant is quoted as the destruction. This commercial is the destruction.
Hugh Grant, like the actor Hugh Grant?
Yes, the actor Hugh Grant. The destruction of the human experience, courtesy of Silicon Valley. Oh, what? But what?
He's referring to the destruction of his career. via his shitty acting.
So, like, I was talking, Scott and I were at this restaurant, and we were talking about it, and I said, literally, how weak is the human ego state that they can't look at this commercial and also say, well, this was a creative commercial. It brought all these people, that it made them feel something, and isn't that what advertising and marketing is supposed to do? So really, if creative types are supposed to be doing that, and they do that on a frequent basis, but they're so wounded by this, and it's just ridiculous. How weak are they? That's stupid. That they're just that weak, and they can't handle something like this. So it just kind of bothers me. It's like, if you don't like something, go ahead and say you don't like it. But you just threw a whole bunch of creative people under the bus by telling them that their commercial was no good too.
Yeah.
So somebody, how many thousands of people probably worked on that? There's thousands of creative people that worked on that video that are probably pissed off at other thousands of people.
Probably not thousands of people that worked on it, but I mean,
do you ever
probably a couple of dudes in an AI generator.
I mean, it was a fancy new iPad.
It's one dude.
It was a fancy new iPad. It was 3 guys, and that was the whole point. Was all your thousands of people who can go fucking and check out into the bread line. But I mean, but your point stands. Your point stands is one of the things they don't realize is, and we talk about the AI stuff, is if I'm a creator, if I'm a content creator, whether it's YouTube or OnlyFans, and I'm having to worry, edit my video and all that kind of stuff. Right. I mean, seriously, I mean, this is like the first time in my life I've been serious. Yeah. Where, regardless of which it is, if I'm, I am the person, right? I'm my company. With regards to which I'm doing, I don't have an editing staff. Okay, so if I have tools, especially on OnlyFans,
no,
that allow me to edit my video, edit my content, in a quarter of the time that it used to take me, then I can get that done, push that content up, do whatever, and be on to my next project. Because I don't have the money to pay a staff, that kind of stuff.
It's an advantage.
Yeah, and it's
an advantage, and it helps people that might have a creative spark, but just might not be at the level of I don't even know which camera professional.
MKBHD. When MKBHD started out when he was 13-year-old little black kid full of zits, and he was talking about the first iPhone on YouTube. And I was like, hey, it's an iPhone. It's kind of cool, but it kind of sucks, but it's kind of cool. Yeah, buy the iPhone. Don't buy the iPhone. Now he's a fucking multi-millionaire that sits down and interviews the likes of fucking, the president of fucking CEO of Apple, the CEO of Tesla, and everybody else around, and has an entire business organization around him, and employs God knows how many people, and has staffs, and he has staff with editors and all this other kind of shit, and people who probably go out and search the stories, and research and do all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you're that one guy like you just said. Yeah. You need every fucking little piece that you can get to claw yourself forward and make something for yourself, regardless of whether it's YouTube
it's a different
or OnlyFans.
Form of art.
Well, it's just
or
so.
a tool,
Editing's very important
and a different tool. It's also a business tool.
Well, what are graphic designers supposed to do? They're not painting. They're not.
Oh, you should see the cool shit that it can do in Photoshop. Oh my God, has it helped me with some of my Photoshop stuff?
I mean,
it is awesome.
This was just, I was expecting to be horrified by this, and then I really just got mad. I'm just like, this is just sad. We have so many things in this world to worry about. Why are we freaking out on this?
The bitching about the
bitching, the
kvetching
about this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just sad.
It was a controversy that I don't think needed to be as big of a controversy or even make headlines.
You know what? I think made it worse was the fact that then the head of creative for Apple turned around and apologized for it. That is the part. That's actually that fucking knuckling under is probably what makes me the most.
I really wish Apple would have set up and said, "Suck it, bitches, suck it." We're Apple.
They're like, do you see the fact that we are on our iPhone app for our bank and you can't see the number of zeros behind our fucking balance right now because the screen is still too small for the fucking iPhone Max? We need a fucking iPad for all the numbers behind our bank balance.
It's just like wow.
No, I mean they should have said that. I think you had said something to this, Nancy, when we were hogging down our hamburgers. Was, hey, you know what? Apple should have said, you know what? Okay, fine. You guys had your little pissy pants or whatever in a better way. Mm-hmm. We had our own creatives as well. We had creatives that put this together and Mm-hmm. And this is, this new generation iPad with the new pencil, all that kind of stuff is going to enable people to do things that they would have had to have spent 5 times as much money on, a gazillion, pieces of more equipment to get the same thing done. And now they don't have to do that. And that helps them and that helps you.
Right. Yeah. Well,
they're enabling a whole new group of creative people. They are enabling them and giving them a tool that they may not have been able to procure before.
You gotta find your nutsack, man.
It does. It helps creativity in the long run.
I do believe we have some Kaja Goo Goo on the way.
Coronal mass ejection.
Now.
Oh.
Yeah. Check out that hair. Wow.
Oh, did you see the way they stopped the camera and then kind of made it blurry to make it look really cool?
Yeah. Speaking of your disco ball, there it comes. Yeah.
Funky disco ball.
Is this a high school dance? They look like they're 45.
It says "Welcome Home, Boys."
Okay.
Ooh, try a little harder.
Damn.
Okay, enough of that.
They were something.
They were, yeah.
For one song.
Well, there we go.
Try a little harder.
So, I mean, there's a disco ball and Kaja Goo Goo, and that's how we're going to segue back into disco. Discovery, that is.
Hey, I like the way you work, man.
Yeah. Well, they have those disco T-shirts. You have one. That was pretty neat.
I am glad that I got a disco T-shirt when they weren't available.
And I remember Tilly running on the ship. We're going to talk about Tilly running in one of these episodes
with her disco balls going up and down.
Yeah.
She's got big disco balls. Yes. Speaking of disco balls.
So let's segue. We're in season 5, episode 4, which is mine too. Which is called Face the Strange. Yes, and it was strange episode.
And anybody who knows anything,
yeah. Yeah, you paused for great effect there, and then there's nothing.
When you get your face down in there and take a look at that strange.
Oh no!
Am I the only one that knows that strange is a nickname?
Wow.
For something else?
Wow.
Going out and getting a little strange tonight?
Yeah. No, well, I
guess Nancy maybe heard about it.
Well,
I guess that's just what comes with being
we
Gen
did just
Z,
talk about my Saturday nights and how boring
I'm
they
gonna
are.
go get me some strange, and I'm gonna face that strange.
Well, so very first thing, and of course
you can tell your friend that we weren't laughing too loud while we were talking about.
We're plenty laughing.
Facing the strange.
We're plenty laughing here
Because you got to be ballsy if you're gonna face some of that strange, especially if you have who up at Culver's.
Oh, I don't want to think about that. No, let's not think about that. So let's just start talking about that fucking spider. I mean, the very first opening scene, a fucking spider is running around and disappearing and jumping, and she kind of can, what's interesting, a deer can kind of sense something's wrong. She could feel something, but she doesn't. Then she gets called away.
Well, but Stamets did though too.
Yeah,
remember,
he saw it.
He was like, "What the fuck?"
But Stamets, he actually saw it. He saw it at one point.
Yeah, I mean, but he was that. I mean, yeah, he was like, I don't remember Adira.
She did. She didn't see it, but she sensed something was going on because you could kind of hear it scuttling a little. It had a little
they
little
both
scuttle.
heard it.
Yeah, they heard it.
But then Stamets was the one that got stuck. So
because it's scuttled. Oh, man, there's nothing creepier than hearing something to go crawling through your walls. If you've ever, been in an old house or something and heard that is freaky.
So we find out. Yes. I mean, we find out they just start going back in time to different places. We find out it's a time bug, which is left over from the temporal war designed to paralyze an enemy ship.
And they did time jumps.
Back to Enterprise.
Yeah. Really?
So
do expand.
Many other podcasts I've listened to talked about them getting stuck in a time loop. And this is where I'm going to hang my pee out and be all, nerdy and everything like that. Because they were not in a time loop.
Not a loop.
They were like a time jumpity jump. Because they were all over the place. So I just need to say that.
They were bouncing from one future to one past to another future to a sort of present.
There was no loopage.
Did they, I can't, so... this is gonna sound incredibly strange, but did they do a groundhog thing?
The episode's called Face the Strange.
Did they do a groundhog thing where they went back to back to the same one kind of a couple of times?
No.
Okay, so that
no.
Okay,
no.
then
I don't believe so.
That proves to me
then that would be a loop, right?
That proves to me that I actually rewound and then started again at a time, and I was like, it was a timey-wimey episode, so I wasn't sure if they were doing the scene over again. And I'm like, oh no!
But how
many times do I need to watch this? And it was
there were some that were pretty close to the same time frame.
Well, and as you said,
it wasn't doing the same things over.
Well, did Burnham go back to her room where Booker was shirtless twice?
No.
Oh well, I did.
She would have if she could have.
Oh God.
So that's what I watched that scene twice.
That might have hit rewind on the.
Jesus.
I accidentally hit rewind.
I think I saw a headline.
Were you watching episode 4.5 Slut Bomb?
No. But I will say I didn't mind the rewind. I'm like, oh, maybe she's saying something different to him in this scene here. So, yeah. You know what I thought was interesting? Speaking of music, they played, which I think is overdone.
Where did music come from?
They had
Speaking of music.
In the flashbacks, in the timey-wimey scenes.
You were going Kaja Gugu for...
Booker, yeah.
Yeah, and then you went, speaking of music.
Well, yeah, I'm segueing to Que Sera, Sera. The future's not ours to see. They integrated that.
Yeah.
And I was like, Que Sera is so overdone all the time, but it actually really worked for this episode.
But but think about why. I bet Patrick probably knows why.
Oh, yeah.
Why? Because, we're talking about
I know why.
What'd you say? I know why.
Mm-hmm.
I know why. Because it's because of Zora.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and a little short track.
When they went into that space, that was one of the most phenomenal of the short treks, and they were most of them were pretty good. But
it's widely considered to be the best.
They jumped in there.
They went to 3218, 30 years ahead. Yeah.
Yep.
With Zora.
We never really found out in that short trek just when it was and what the circumstances were. We just
during the short trek. During the short trek, they said it was 1,000. She was 1,000 years in the future. During the short trek,
pretty close.
I mean, in the short trek, she said she was like 1,000 years in the future.
Yeah.
Which
would, because that short trek was before they jumped, right?
Yes,
that was between season 2
and that's where
3.
Everybody's been losing their shit, trying to say, hey, how are we going to get the payoff for that short trek for Zora having been 1,000 years in the future, you know, and having all this stuff happen.
Federation headquarters are blown up. Mm-hmm.
They did a pretty good job of trying to match that short trek and this particular episode's continuity together. It worked.
There's one.
It was.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. But when they jumped into that reality from that camera angle of her AI camera and nothing around, I was giddy. And Brenda's like, "Why are you close to jumping off the couch?"
You're like, "It's future Zora. It's future Zora."
Short track.
Yeah.
But there's one glaring problem that they haven't. The season's not open yet, or season's not open yet. Season's not over yet. But the one glaring problem is that was still not the A model of Discovery.
No.
So now that model of Discovery that was bouncing through space or through time and space just now was the new A model. But in the first scene, the short trek, that was just the regular old 1031. No A. So then
floating nacelles,
no floating nacelles,
super painting lights,
all very gold. Yeah, no Tron. Kick and stuff.
Light cycle lights.
Exactly. So there's still there's still the whispers. Is there still yet something that could potentially happen? I don't think so. I think they're going to say this. We're going to get you this close.
Well,
kind of in my mind. Time is finicky. Oh, I like that. Time is finicky. It is finicky.
And that's when you start doing time travel stories. You can create all sorts of things.
Well,
that's why we have the J.J. Abrams universe. That's why I have every time you mess with a time thing.
Well, and I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to do something like that with Ariam, the robot lady, because I thought that was coming. I thought we were gonna see Ariam walk out when we got back to real time, like she was still around.
Well, we did.
Something.
We did see Ariam walk down with one of the bounces.
In one of the bounces, but they,
we get back to our regular time, and then
I expected. I kind of expected her to.
She still had to
back out.
No, because she still sacrificed herself to save the crew.
Right.
So she never went forward in time with any of them. So she's not part of that timeline. In any way.
But if something had changed, I mean, like what you guys just said, if they go back and they tell someone, "Hey, you're gonna die," that could change things.
It could, but then as soon as they reset everything again, then everything that they did reset.
Oh,
and none of that
I
happened.
see. It's kind of like when a vampire dies, everybody goes back to normal. Yeah, because the vampire. Whatever.
I'm going to say yes because it's a really weird for a weird fucking reason. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Same with a werewolf. If you kill a werewolf, then their progeny is like fine.
The thing that makes me think that they're done with future Zora, and from the short trek. And that whole 1,000 years in the future is because, first of all, they are like 1,000 years in the future now. They weren't before, right? Back then, you're like 1,000 years in the future. How could that be? Well, no, there they are. Was when they walked out, Zora was like, "Oh, Captain Burnham, am I dreaming?" If you remember, she said that. Am I dreaming? She got the computer. You got the computer wondering if she's having a dream. Am I dreaming? So it was definitely that Zora that was into old timey wimey music and love dancing and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the reason for me anyway. I think that's how they're closing the book out, and they're gonna fine. We might have a couple inconsistencies in there, but we're calling it good.
Well,
yeah,
and I'm good with that. I'm fine with that. I mean, they kind of,
well,
I am too, and I'm kind of wondering like when. I know they had to do some reshooting when it was announced it was the end of the road, and I'm wondering where the reshoots figured in. Like
me too. I was just thinking about that today.
This would have been a perfect episode to put a couple of different things to close some loops like that, and maybe that was one of them. I don't know.
Oh, I never thought about the fact that we could actually have a reshoot because it's being canceled. That would be that many. That would be that many episodes back.
Yeah, I mean, but you can, as long as it hasn't aired. Well, hell, Disney's changed things for shows that have aired.
Sure, I was thinking reshoot. When they found out that it wasn't going to get continued, so they did did the reshoots to close it out. Immediately, I think a person kind of goes to, oh, they reworked the last couple episodes.
Doesn't mean that it was just a couple episodes.
That's what, but right. No, until you said that. Yeah. Until you said that, I never even thought about that. They'd go back like 5 episodes and do something. They could have been
tweaking a few things here and there, even just minute single scenes to make the continuity of the season seem a little bit better.
You're very smart.
Well, they kind of been setting it up, though. They've been setting it up for an ending with different people, like with Tilly being with cadets and Saru going to Vulcan.
Painfully obvious, really, with Tilly.
Right.
And for a while, it was kind of like cool, and now it's kind of like, we get it. You're a teacher. You're with Starfleet. Fucking leave already. I mean, I love Tilly. Don't get me wrong. I love Tilly. But it's kind of like, it's like every episode, oh, my students, oh, my students, oh, my students.
And I'm going to tell you right now,
I get it.
That is not how teachers talk about their students.
No, it's not. They're like,
I'm so fucking glad I'm back on Discovery for a couple of missions, getting away from those a-holes.
You know what kind of...
Don't make me go back. Please don't make me go back.
I didn't have nice teachers like Tilly. I probably had Raynar, like in triplicate. I probably had him. He was like, in 20 seconds or less, tell me about yourself, right? That's the guy I had.
No shit, right?
That's the guy I had. He's the guy that says, this could have all been an email. This could have all been an email. Well, anyway, let's get back to this.
All right.
So we
still haven't gotten out of fucking...
Let me just say one of the best quotes in the whole episode.
You're fired.
No, it was from when Burnham showed up in the lift and got on with the Saurian Linus, and he says, "Let me just say, red is definitely your color."
What a flamer!
That was great.
Red is your color.
That was just great. And then
I was like, no wonder you got somebody clutches, bitch.
And then like. Previous Michael Burnham shows up with her crazy icky hairdo. Yeah. And then new Michael Burnham shows up with her amazing like dreadlocks and they fight each other. That was great.
I wanted to see her dreadlocks by themselves, do some Matrix style shit.
Yes.
And have her dreadlocks go out. Have her dreadlocks go out and her dreadlocks grab her by the fucking head and slam her into the side of the fucking turbo lift and knock her out.
But that was a good fight.
Don't fuck with me, bitch.
It was a very good fight.
Did you know she takes her out with the Vulcan death grip? Yeah.
It's not a... There is no such thing as a Vulcan death grip.
Well, the pinch or whatever.
And I only say that because I literally just watched the Romulan episode of the original series like last week where they made up the Vulcan death grip. Yes.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Well, no, not everybody. But yeah. And you know what, though? She did a... I got everybody gives Sonequa Martin Green seems like a lot of flack for whatever.
And I know why.
But I'm going to fucking counteract that.
I'm going to tell you.
With that episode. Because with that...
celebrate her performances on this show forever.
I will too. And this episode where she was fighting herself, it wasn't just the fighting, but when she was like talking to herself... Yeah. The two versions of her.
Yeah.
It literally was like you were talking to fucking season 1 Burnham was there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Talking to her, and season 5 Burnham was there. I mean, the personality, the way she spoke, the way she carried herself. It literally was those two separate individuals, separated by 5 years and all the experience and everything that happened. She did a fucking hell of a job channeling her previous Burnham to come in and be that other, that other side of her character.
Well,
I was impressed.
Raynar has a great line. He says, "You want to go down there and talk to yourself?" Like that. I mean, can you go down there and talk to yourself?
But I was really impressed with it. I was like,
no, I agree,
because she's fighting herself, and she's like you can tell she's inexperienced. She's whatever.
She's a fabulous actress. I love her character. The only thing that gets to me is, and I'm going to just use one word: speeches. It's a lot.
But that's writing. That's not her, though. That's not her. That's writing.
Right.
That's writing.
She probably has the best monologues of any actor on TV right now.
That's the writing. It's not her, though.
Saying,
and anybody who knows Star Trek knows that they put the fucking lid on any actor, that tries to what is it when they
monologues?
No, not when they monologue.
No, when they take over the
when they do their own thing,
when they're hogging the screen,
or when they do their own thing, when they make adjustments to the ad lib.
Oh, improv.
No, ad lib.
Okay,
they do not let them. Star Trek, you do not ad lib. I mean, fucking syllable by syllable, you stick to the script.
But it's happened,
and
it has,
and you know where it's happened? Lower Decks.
Yes.
Evidently it's encouraged, which is also on the way out.
I got a quote here because you cannot ad-lib this particular line. But I didn't miss I got embedded itself in the power distribution system. If removed improperly, numerous timelines will converge at once, ripping every molecule around us in infinite directions for eternity.
So it's got to be Janet Reno.
No, that was Stamets. That was Paul Stamets.
Oh, okay, Paul Stamets.
And that was when spider. That was when the spider had gotten really big and red, and like it was in defense mode.
Oh, and they were trying to get it out.
Yeah, they were trying to get it out. But it's like, you can't ad lib that line because every little syllable of that line means something to the plot of the show.
But you're right. But you got to make sure you.
That was Technobabble.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I love that, Patrick.
And that's why they also make.
That's not. I didn't make it up.
Technobabble.
And that's why they and that's one of the reasons that they are so tight on the verbiage of the writing, because they want to make sure you don't fuck something up,
right?
And screw up and say something contrary to something that's been previously done. But that's why I'm saying the stuff
sort of sciencey, yeah.
Oh,
right,
and
right.
how
but
about
that's why I'm
this
saying.
line?
That's why I'm saying the stuff with Burnham is it's whether it's her big long-winded speeches that she does or whatever it is, it's because that's what the writing is.
This line could have been ad-libbed. Vesper Martini, ice cold. That was a Reno line.
I mean, okay, so like I told you, I've been watching that the Shuttle podcast, or with. What's his name? We just only talked about that long ago.
Yeah, okay, that was.
So
Paris and Harry Kim.
Yeah, exactly. and they've talked they will sit there because they weren't part of DS9 and they're watching DS9 and neither one of them had seen DS9 till they started doing the DS9 piece of their Shuttlecast or their podcast. And so when they talk, mostly Armin Shimmerman seems to really have this shit together when it comes to what the scripts were like and all that kind of stuff. And they will ask, hey, this was done. Do you recall, was that part, was that in the script or was, did you do that? Oh, no, that was in the script. Oh, no, that was in the script. Oh, no, that was in the script. I mean, just even, a smirk or, something like that. I mean, that, the degree to which they clamp down on this shit. And...
Right.
And, you got Jonathan Frakes, who's been directing a lot of these episodes, and he's like the same thing. He's like, yep, you don't do it.
You do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what else.
Can we get out of episode 2?
Yeah. I think we can. I gotta
go to work here pretty soon.
The spider did die because Stamets found it dead on the end. At the very end of the episode, he picks up the dead spider.
Nobody found it dead.
Yeah, he did. He found it just sitting on the conduit or whatever.
No.
Yeah, he did. He picked it off and he just held it.
Oh my God.
He found it dead.
Did you get into my gummy bears?
No. I stay away from that shit.
Those gummy bears.
All right.
So the spider was murdered. The spider was strangulized and murderized by the first officer.
Yeah, I know, I saw it, but then it just sat there like dead, and Stamets went in and he pulled it up and he held it and he said, I wish I could have squished you.
Yeah, but you missed the whole first part of the fact that the bug didn't just die.
Okay, well, it just ended. The bug ended. So.
It just ended.
Anyway, I was happy. It's always nice to see a spider die. My shadow. Well, let's transition over to episode 5 then. Mirrors. This one's Mirrors. They go into the mirror universe.
Yep.
And
no, they do not.
what? They go in a wormhole.
They do not go into
extra dimensional space.
There you go. Thank you.
They go where, Patrick?
Extra dimensional space.
Okay.
You gonna be okay over there? Need a banana?
I need a hot banana.
We need a hot banana to get rid of the coughing. No, don't worry, Patrick. The AI will take the coughing right out. And then he'll be like Zora, and they'll be like, "My name is fucking Siri. Get it right." Jeez.
No, they didn't go to the mirror universe. They went to extra dimensional space.
Well, what about
if they could go to the mirror universe, we'd still have Michelle Yeoh on the show.
Right. So because the ships were there, they were tucked in a little pocket of extra dimensional space to hide. Yeah. So they would sit there forever, so they could put a clue on the ship.
So I guess I was pretty confused in this episode.
Not surprising.
Yeah.
It kind of picks up after the original series events, but like from a Strange New World sort of perspective, because the ship looks. I mean, they use the Strange New World set, so it would be after like the first mirror episode in the original series.
Really?
There eventually, there was eventually like a revolt.
That Spock, remember Spock led a revolt?
Well, Burnham does make a comment. This is my brother's station.
Well, she's just like in general going, "Oh, on the Enterprise, this is where Spock was set."
Yeah.
What Patrick's getting at is if you go to the original. Well, no, I don't need to speak for you. Speak, sir.
There was a revolt against the Terrans, and in this episode, they make it sound like this Enterprise was one of their last refuges, because eventually that revolt doesn't go well, and we end up with the Deep Space Nine time frame.
Right. Spock tries, but he ultimately fails.
Yeah. Right. And this Enterprise harbors some of the last revolutionaries, and they must somehow get into this extra dimensional space and get stuck there and
die. Yeah, because you ultimately end up with Kira, and all those other fuckers that are kind of running the show.
Smiley O'Brien.
Yep.
Ooh. Well, apparently there's a Kelpian slave turned rebel leader. Action Saru in any universe.
Call back to season 3.
Yeah.
Which was really nice too. I mean, Action Saru. Yep. It was really cool though.
Yeah. So this is interesting. There are some very funny lines in this episode. I did, kind of got a little bit. We finally got to see Maul and Locke come in, and we got to see a lot of them. And I was glad because we hadn't seen them for a while. They were just kind of like chasing them around.
Well, this is the reveal episode.
Yeah.
This is when we find out exactly what the hell's. I mean, this is when we find out what Locke is or who Locke is.
Well, I didn't. Yeah. So when Maul says, "I didn't understand this," can they erase Ariga or Ariga? And Michael says, "Your Breen, a Breen blood bounty." What is Ariga? Did anyone catch that? Do they know what that is?
I'm guessing that's just the name of the blood bounty.
It's a whatchamacallit. What's the?
It's like a vendetta or
what's the one for the Arabian countries?
Jihad.
Oh,
jihad. That's what it is.
Fatwa, jihad.
Fatwa.
Like that,
yeah. Oh, fatwa. Okay.
Yeah, like a declaration.
blood thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fatwa. I think for those of you that out there if we're wrong, sorry, but I think it's a fatwa.
We will hear about it.
Yeah, not a.
Well, I'm not going to even go down that road. You two can. You can't.
But
you two can.
And that's kind of using a word that's broad.
I think it's a jihad.
Jihad. God!
Yeah.
No,
Team
that's a
America.
war.
Remember that? Team America.
Well,
Fuck yeah!
okay, shut up for a second. Jihad's any vigorous emotional crusade for an idea or principle. So that's and they've said it. It's a blood. I mean, it's a blood feud. We're coming after you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. So she recognizes the name of it as just simply being, having taken some kind of intro to Breen 101 course. And so as soon as she heard that, that's when she's like, holy fuck, you're Breen, and nobody's ever seen one before. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
Jihad's a holy war and all that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to look it up on my phone. Maul says Eriga. What does she mean? I couldn't even figure out what the spelling was of that, so I don't even know if I'm putting it in right. Maul reporting you to the guards. Interesting. Well, this is why I look things up ahead of times. Oh well. Maybe we'll figure it out in the next podcast. But
she did. I mean, in this episode, Maul, Eve Harlow, I think, she cemented herself as one of my favorite characters of the season in this episode, with her interactions with Michael and Book.
Yeah,
she just did a phenomenal job.
Well, and you know what? It was interesting because they're giving her a way out. They're trying to talk to her. She's not taking any of it. Mm-hmm. She instead decides, we're just going to fight. But then I was thinking about that, and she's used to her whole life probably fighting and running, and you don't just turn, like that. You don't just one day wake up, and that'll be an end of the season type thing, I think.
So this is where you guys find out that I've been murdered in my sleep because of something that I've said. So I've looked up Boudin system. Comes up as Boudin system of justice. Isn't that French fries with gravy and cheese on it?
What? That's Bedouin. Scott, you called it Boudin. It's Bedouin. It's Bedouin.
Oh, Bedouin?
That's like desert
I thought that was poutine. Oh, poutine.
Poutine is Canadian gravy for fries.
I know. So I saw poutine. I thought it was really delicious French fries.
Oh wow!
Oh my gosh! Oh my god!
All right. Well, if
I'm
murdered
my some cultural sensitivity classes.
No, I just didn't know. Okay, if I murdered my sleep, forget the wrong thing. Then you know what? You know why?
Oh boy!
I googled it, and this is what came up. I googled Arabian.
Maul was in the 100 too.
I googled Arabian blood feud, and that's what came up. And I just
the Bedouin systems of justice came up.
So is a Bedouin? Is that the equivalent then of what's going on with the?
There's probably several different equivalencies in Earth religions, but it's definitely like a cultural, maybe semi-religious.
No, I mean that's the
done.
Yeah, but the equivalent of what's going on this Breen thing.
Yeah,
that's Bedouin.
Like,
well, that's how I've heard of Bedouin before. I thought it was booty.
Wow. Yeah,
I know what poutine is.
Well,
I love poutine.
Boy, that's gonna go down. That's gonna be really one of the biggest mix-ups that we've ever had. On this
that's
show.
all that is a mix-up. It's just it's not like I was trying.
I would like to just kind of lighten the mood here and say
there is an
old Kazon saying.
Oh, it's an honor code, yeah.
There is an old Kazon saying, "Never return from the hunt without enough bait." For the carry-on reaver.
Whatever, the K's on are fucking...
That is how, that is something that Booker said to Michael.
The problem with the K's-Iron is that they've never went by an Osco drug to find some Alberto VO5 hairspray to get that shit fucking in order on their heads.
Yeah.
The K's on. It's like, we want some Klingons, but we don't want them to be Klingons. But at the same time, we kind of want them to be Klingons. And then they came up with the Kazon.
Yeah,
that was really
the Kazon were just another thing Star Trek does, at least in the Next Gen series. Is all of them? They would like experiment. Yeah, they would experiment with different potential bad guys.
Well, yeah, it was the Kazon.
You'd have and then they just left him behind and never saw him again, and decided to go back to the tried and true Borg, Yep,
and the Kazon would have their 65 photon torpedoes that they Used 942 of them
Used them all up.
942 of them throughout 7 years.
Well, yeah.
And that's kind of funny because that's one of the guys from the Voyager series are like, wait a minute, how did we start that series that we only had like 65 photon torpedoes? We're pretty sure that we shot a lot more than 65 photon torpedo. Like when they were going back and listening to it when they first started listening to their episodes, like the first couple episodes, they're like, how did 65 photon torpedoes? We fired a lot of photon torpedoes throughout the air. I did like 500 and some. But
well, how
it's one of
about,
those magical events.
only 20 seconds to get a ship out of an exploding wormhole? That doesn't seem like enough time.
I don't know, but I think if you got a replicator that can make rice pudding, it could still make a photon torpedo.
But, energy, it's not like they don't have fusion reactors and antimatter reactors, but they're always worrying about power, too.
And they're always worrying about power.
So let's just...
What are you talking about there, Nancy? That
what?
you just said?
I just slipped it in, but nobody noticed.
But I did. But then it kind of ricocheted in my brain, and I'm kind of coming back to it.
I said just like 20 seconds to get a ship out of an exploding wormhole. That doesn't seem like enough time.
And then what was that?
That was in this episode. They had to get the ship out of the wormhole.
Oh, when it was doing its
yeah.
And they had to get it. Okay.
Yeah. I just thought that was a little that was like, give them a minute, okay? That's 20 seconds isn't enough. But I want to let's talk about Lock and Maul here. At this point in the season, I'm like,
Lock and Lock is some of my favorite storageware that you can get from QVC.
Oh my God.
They have plastic lock and lock, and they also have glass lock and lock, so you can get the stuff that you can put in the microwave, and it goes in the oven.
QVC is too wholesome to even be associated with this podcast. They're going to sue our ass.
But their lock and lock is fantastic.
Okay. So I just want to get to this. I have a problem here. We got Lock and Maul running around, and they seem to be ahead of Michael Burnham a little, and they're always looking for him, but they never seem to be finding or dealing with these stone Lego pieces that fit in the Mr. Peanut map. So they're never getting them. What is the deal with this? They're never. Why are they still chasing these bitches around? They're not. You know what's going to happen? They're just going to find when Michael Burnham and company gets all the pieces. They're just going to show up and take them all. That's what's going to happen.
Have you gotten through like episode 7 yet?
No, I have not gotten through 7.
Where are you? Did you go to 6? Did you go to 6?
I finished 6.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
6 is
finished
fine.
6.
They're emotional. They're Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, they love each other.
I mean, they don't care. They love each other. Yeah. They don't give a shit about anything other than finding what they need that they can trade to get away from everybody so they can be out of there and be together. That's what the whole point is.
They are chasing around these pieces to the puzzle, and they're just not doing a very good job of it.
But everything is based off of trading their freedom, finding something that they can negotiate and get their freedom and get the fuck out of Dodge. And they don't care about the pieces. They don't care about they don't care about what the pieces actually do or any of that kind of stuff. They just want to get away. Yeah, and that's where you kind of go
their version of happily ever after.
Yeah, and that's where you kind of get into the okay, I get you. Fuck it. Don't you think at this point the Federation care about anybody, but you don't care about anybody, but you're not mad at anybody either. You're not trying to throw anybody under the bus. You just want everybody to leave you alone.
Yeah, I suppose they're really not going to get out of it.
About cutting him a deal, doesn't she?
That?
Who does?
Sorry, Burnham talks about cutting him a deal.
Oh, she tries.
Yeah,
she tries.
Every
time they see each other, she tries to cut a deal.
Both Burnham and Booker does, but what she doesn't do a good job of is like Maul is like, yeah, right, they're going to help us. And Burnham says, well, you'll have a trial and, you might get through it. And it's like, okay, that's not convincing.
You make a very good point. You make a very good point.
Why would you do that?
And I got to be careful what I say, too, because of episode 7. If you
I don't want to be spoiled on it.
I haven't seen it yet.
No.
But you're making a good point. You're like, oh, you're trying to convince me to give you this or give this up or come with you. And you're telling me, and all I want to do is get the fuck away from you.
Right.
I don't care about any of this shit. I want to get away. And you're telling me about, I'll get a fair trial.
Yeah. It's like, no, I'm not going to trial. So, So, well, and then it said, we don't know. I guess I don't know either because the last time, I see Locke, he's been stabbed with his own knife because apparently he's not a very good fighter.
Did you hear his comment though when they were in? When they were in the sick bay on the Enterprise? He was like, "Ooh, that wasn't supposed to happen."
Yeah,
whatever it was. I was like, "Okay, that's kind of cool."
He's kind of just a big dumb guy. That's what he is. He's not the brightest.
And
he's funny and kind of caring and
he's a nice. I said he's a nice kind of big dumb guy. Yeah.
And the guy who plays him was in a couple episodes in the first season.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's good.
As like a human. Do you remember when they were on the it was the second episode of the first season when she's on that like runabout kind of ship or whatever it was, and they're going and the ship breaks down, the captain, the pilot of the ship goes flying by the window. Remember, and the ship is like that, and Burnham's like, "Oh, it's space virus, and we're gonna all do this, and we'll probably die or whatever it is." You remember that?
Guy? Yeah, I do remember that guy.
And then one guy, and then when they get there,
are you kidding me? It's that guy.
It was the actual guy that started the fight with her when they got on board the Discovery, and they're in the mess facility, and there she just wants to resolve. He actually starts the fight, and she fucking beats the shit out of him. Before the other gal comes and grabs him and takes him to go see Lorca. It's that guy.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow.
That's the guy that plays Lorca.
Wow. We didn't say we liked that guy?
Yeah. He's totally cool. But see, that's the kind of shit that you find out about when you watch the Ready Room. Will Wheaton or not. No. But that's how it comes in.
So let's just, I'm going to ask
Patrick's great for that too.
I'm going to ask Patrick this question because I want to give Patrick some airtime. So, Tilly and the doctor have a heart-to-heart talk, and there's just this whole like little side story going on that's just kind of like just bizarre. Like they're trying to incorporate him into the episode, and he really doesn't need to be there. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't even know what you're talking about.
He says, so he's like, the doc talks and to Tilly at the end. What did you think about all that?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Patrick's gonna.
Do you know what she's talking about, Patrick?
I do know the scene. I don't know exactly word for word what.
I don't even know the scene.
Why? Well, that's part of. I think what you're maybe struggling with is why did it come up?
It's just like so completely unnecessary. Because the doctor is like, he's like he felt something when he had the trill in him, and then when they took it out,
he's coming down off of having a symbiote, and
when she then offers to talk to him,
in lifetime,
right? And he's like, I can't talk to Paul about this. He doesn't understand. I'm like,
well.
God, are you a bitch?
I am a bitch.
Mean.
Yeah, sometimes you just need someone to talk to.
You know, you go to space and find out what it's like one of these days when you get thrown 1,000 years into the fucking future.
Well, I'll tell you what bothers me about all this. I think I just understood what actually bothers me about this. I think a lot of people throw Paul Stamets under the bus. They just do. He comes off as being kind of Asperger's and nerdy and science-like and doesn't seem like he can connect. And they're constantly throwing him under the bus. Like the doctor here, he doesn't even seem like he's tried to talk to him about it. He's just like, I can't talk to him about it.
Oh, I still have an answer for you.
Okay.
Number one, I agree with you, and I think originally that's how it was. I think people threw Stamets under the bus every chance they could get because he was a dick. Yes. He was a total fucking asshole the first season, right? And he really transformed.
Maybe high on himself and his technical abilities and his research.
Maybe being first in the season when drive changed him.
Well, you remember the first season when the first episode when they were going over to the other ship and he was just fucking giving the bitchy lecture to Michael about how spores were the fucking thing in the universe and like if you knew specialist or whatever the fuck it was or liaison or whatever the fuck. I mean, he was an asshole. Then the second part, the second part you're saying about Culver, you know, a lot of times if you're dating somebody, living with somebody, married to somebody, they're not necessarily the first person you're going to talk to about an issue.
Right. That's true.
You know, and so, you know, because you kind of. Well, I know, and that's the nobody,
and
that's the point I'm trying to make.
God.
Hey, you don't see a second shaving kit up in my bathroom either.
Well,
There's one fucking toothbrush in my bathroom, so I can't really speak to anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, you make a very good point. But I think there's a very good explanation for it.
Yeah.
But Stamets was an asshole that first season. I
Okay,
mean, who
well,
the fuck
I guess
wanted
I
him?
don't know why I'm standing up for him right now. I don't remember him being an asshole, really.
Because he totally flipped and has really kind of, 1,000-year time travel has really done a number on him and made him a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, yeah. Now he's got a pretty good mentor attitude.
Totally.
And, whenever he does seem to maybe have a couple asshole moments, they seem to slip Tig. They slipped Reno in.
Oh, God, I love Reno.
I
love Reno.
So I think that he's mentoring Adira, and he's very concerned about her.
I think Adira.
Wait, I called her. Sorry, they.
Whatever.
They.
Just say Adira. You can just use names. You don't have to worry about.
So bad.
If you use names, you don't have to worry about pronouns. That's what I figured out.
I'm just gonna apologize because I mispronounced
You don't have to.
her.
You use names. You don't have to worry about pronouns.
I mean,
the name. Its name is Adira. And
no, we don't use it. So God, it's getting worse. We don't use it.
He has been a fantastic. Stamets.
Adira's been fantastic.
Wow.
Stamets.
Stamets.
Shut the fuck up, everybody.
Hot banana.
Stamets has been a fantastic model and mentor for Adira.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really got her
100%.
line and her whatever. Adira's confidence and Adira's feeling about being there and Adira's sense of self-worth and all that kind of stuff has grown because of Stamets. And so that has changed him.
And
it's that kind of whole thing where, you get a goldfish and suddenly, you have something else to worry about, is my point.
Right.
If you live in an apartment by yourself and all you got is a TV and a couch, you get the goldfish. Now you got the goldfish to worry about, and it kind of changes you a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. So I think we have really.
I think Adira means goldfish in Bajoran.
No. Oh gosh, I don't know what it means. Well, I think we have. I don't know about you, Patrick, but do you think we have thoroughly thumped through this episode? Are we ready to move on to episode 6?
We haven't hit Whistle Speak yet.
Yeah. Well, Whistle Speak was sure a throwaway episode.
You think? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I really don't.
I think there'll be plenty of connections before the end. And
Boy, I felt like it was pretty much every episode of Star Trek in any incarnation ever.
I thought it was a very quote-unquote Star Trek-ish kind of episode to me.
And that might have been the point.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, you're like, yo, Denobulans, what the fuck, man? Maybe I'll circle back and check out the planets that you set up with their.
How many times has somebody in Star Trek not circle back?
I know, exactly. Well, that's the whole point. That's the whole point of Lower Decks is to come back and check out all the shit that they fucked up.
This is just another.
I mean, it's like, hey, Denobulans, you might want to check in on those folks that you set up with the life-saving shield, planet-wide shields to save their fucking ass and make sure that they're not down to one fucking shield at some point.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what happened.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it was a great episode. I think very Star Trek-y, and it's like
it was very Star Trek-y.
Denobulans. If the Denobulans would stop having so many wives and husbands and quit fucking their 12-person fuckery they have for families, they might get back out to those planets and actually take care of some shit.
I love flocks.
I know exactly. You know what we're talking about, right?
No, I don't really.
Denobulans, every husband has 3 wives and every wife has 3 husbands.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you have a family of fucking like 27 people that they're all and they're all related and they all like do it.
Oh boy.
So every husband has 3 wives and every wife has 3 husbands. So 3 times 3 times 3 times whatever.
Well, I was confused. I will say in this episode I was confused between Denobula and Helemno, which was the functioning weather hover manufactures rain. That is literally what I wrote. That is not right. Functioning weather hover manufacturers.
I think that was the planet, right? Where they were at.
Halemno, that was the planet.
Halemnitz.
Yeah, and this was a Prime Directive episode. This is a Prime. This is totally an example.
Halemnitz or whatever.
This is totally an example of a Star Trek episode where they're going to violate the Prime Directive and have first contact and just blow through all their rules.
Yeah, well,
but at the same time, you've got
in the first place too.
Yeah, the Denomulans have already been there fucking stuff up. So what's the point? And hello, contact tricorders. Sign me the fuck up.
Oh,
what are you talking about?
They had the tricorders were like contact lens tricorders.
Oh yeah, that was in their eye.
Because they didn't have their eyes. They didn't have their thing. They just contacts in there. They're like fucking doing shit.
That was cool.
Retinal tricorders.
Yeah.
Every fucking minute of every day. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that was a straight ass Star Trek episode. Well,
in my opinion,
they still advanced the story of the season, but
didn't hurt anybody.
Star Trek has to. No, Star Trek. It's not Star Trek unless you occasionally squeeze in just a random episode where they're doing random Trekky things without, totally focusing on the overall plot of the show.
And then they still figured it out because. They were so focused on that little vial of water, trying to figure out what the hell was going on with that vial of water and how that was going to point into the next clue. And it had nothing to do with the vial of water. It was the scratches on the vial.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking cool.
The scratches
and who figures it out?
Tilly figures it out.
She's like, yo, it's the scratches on the wall, man.
Well, but she wouldn't have figured that out if they never got in there. I mean, because they had to see the scratches on the wall.
I'm pretty sure that's how the writers figured it out.
What did the scratches on the wall mean, by the way?
Well, it was the same scratches that were on the vial. And it had to do with Bajoran planet numbers or something, wasn't it? Not Bajoran. I'm sorry, not Bajoran. Betazoid.
Beta Z.
And see, again, to my point, where the fuck is Maul and Locke? Because Burnham and crew are figuring out all these things before them.
We find out in the next episode where they were that you haven't seen.
Yeah, we do.
I know, but it's like they're just not.
I literally just fucking told you. Yeah. The next episode, you find out.
Well, so I didn't watch it. I'm sorry. We're ending at 6 today.
Yeah, and I'm just telling you, the next episode answers your question.
Mm.
And you might not be so happy.
So then I write 2 more stone Legos needed for a Fifth Element pylon cluster.
Fifth Element.
Because don't you kind of feel like that's what's happening? They're building these little pylons, and we're gonna have a Fifth Element. Oh, we dropped the water on this one, and we dropped the sand.
No, because they're all in the same one. They're all in the same. They're
well,
gonna
it should be pretty easy then. They're not. They don't have to
I tell you exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna get the last one of them in there. And they're all in that tight little pack like that, in that little circle. And everything's going to mold and it's going to kind of go and do its little thing. And it's going from black and it's going to turn red. And it's going to say New Coke on the side.
Not Mr. Peanut, huh? Did anyone be a little bit weirded out by they kept calling each other on this planet compeers? What the hell was that? We're compeers. Compeer. Come here. Compeer.
Maybe like citizen, friend,
comrade.
Citizen. Although, no, they kind of referred to it almost as a title when they called Burnham one. Maybe it was like a healer or something. I don't know.
I did like. I will say this.
They did call her something when they first came in, and the sound thingamabobby. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right.
I mean, maybe it was Traveler.
No, something. I think the young lady, the daughter, her name was Rava. She called herself Rava. The voice that has beckoned them home.
That's what I have.
She was another they them too, by the way.
Oh, she was the actress.
Yeah.
She was what?
No, I'm pretty sure the character because I never heard her or their dad say she or her. It was like usually they, them, their. Could have just been the scenes, but they were out doing that, or they were doing.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I got the impression that the character despite being like a daughter, was another example of a they them pronoun.
Oh, okay. I honestly, I had no fucking idea what you were talking about. I was so lost for a second.
No, that's all right. I got
okay. Now I'm with you. Now I'm with you. Okay.
I think that
I was like, who are all these people you're talking about?
The very best. So to me, the very
truly in my head right now.
And I wasn't trying to be a dick or anything. Honestly, I'm like, who are all these people you're talking about?
The very
because you were doing the they.
The very best part of this show was the fact that they tied in the fact that Tilly got to run this race, because Tilly is frequently running on the bridge. And it wasn't Michael stealing the show at the end. It was Tilly, staggering her corn-fed. I mean, she's like
Disco
running the
balls.
race. I kind of felt, whatever Scott said earlier. I kind of felt like this was Nancy running the mile in high school. This was me trying to stagger across the finish line. And I would have stopped and given some of my water to someone who had fallen along the way. And then think about this amazing sacrifice she makes. And then it's literally a sacrifice.
Literally a sacrifice.
She literally had a wait, what moment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you're right.
She did. And they say, oh, this is interesting. You need to carry the temptation at the end. I liked that. I kind of liked that. You need to carry the temptation at the end. That was kind of neat. Yeah. Your sacrifice will bless the planet. Yeah. Okay, let's hear it.
All right. Let's hear it.
I got one theory, and we talked about good going back.
Okay, now is this going to spoil season or episode 7 that
I'm not
Nancy
worried.
hasn't seen it?
Hey,
Okay.
Patrick, don't worry about spoilers.
Okay,
don't worry about spoilers. I can deal.
It doesn't.
I just was trying to be nice and ask. Fuck.
I can carry the water
You've
at the
seen
end.
several times. You can carry the water.
I can carry the water, Patrick, if you need to spoil. Scott is being a dick. That's what it is. Give Patrick the conch.
The picture, the conch. I've got the conch.
Yeah. It's
the picture of the progenitor.
Yeah, the picture of the progenitor. Okay.
The progenitor, yeah. Simone Jens. I don't know if I'm saying her name right.
Oh,
she later would play in.
You mean the founder?
Yeah, the founder. Yeah. I mean, is there potentially another reason they're going to write into the show that there's more than a passing difference in the makeup jobs
between the progenitors
and
founders?
The progenitors could be.
And they kind of answer it, and they do a fast forward 1,000 years in advance,
or 1,000 or 10,000, however many years.
Oh no! I mean, where they are right now. 1,000 years in advance from where they were.
In Picard, but I was thinking the 10,000-year-old progenitor species eventually becomes the founders somehow.
Oh, I think that's a good theory. Yeah.
And that might be a default setting for maybe that's what they all look like, and that's kind of in their programming for becoming a solid. I don't know. That's me going fanboy on the whole idea.
That's a really good theory because they do look like Dominion. I mean, it's just so obvious
because it's the same actor.
Oh,
so
with the same makeup. You should go
and basically the same makeup.
Early days.
Yeah, that
would be a really weird. I'm just saying weird. Let me say interesting.
Yeah.
Tie it, but see, they've already done kind of all the shapeshifter stuff with Picard. They kind of
they did go back and revisit the founder.
They kind of pooped that walnut out already.
Crushed it.
They crushed it. They already crushed that walnut.
Well, I don't know.
But that's a really cool thought, though. I mean, here's the deal.
It'd be kind of an easy button for the writing staff, I think.
And I don't think they'll take an easy button, though. I'm sorry to tell you, because the way they've been doing these deep dives every freaking episode, I can't wait to see how this fucker wraps up, because they're gonna pull it from somewhere. And I'm actually sitting here looking at. So I'm on Wikipedia looking at the episodes, And okay, so Jonathan Frakes directs the second to the last episode. And the last episode itself is this other director that they've pulled in for a lot of the Discovery kind of big episodes. This Olatunde Asunasanmi person or whatever.
Okay.
I guess.
Well, you just slaughtered that.
I know
Holy
I did.
shit.
I know I did. But
where were you looking at?
Right here.
Oh, I'm not even gonna try that. No.
Well, so you're giving me shit about slaughtering. You're like, I'm not even gonna try.
At least you tried, okay? I took
but evidently that individual is like just a fucking top notch. We're talking high level director, which is why they have that person for these big, the openings and closing. Anyway, but the name of the episode is called Life Itself. They're showing so the episode 7 was Iriga or whatever it was. Episode 8 is Labyrinths. Episode 9 is Lagrange Point. I'm assuming we're not going to see ZZ Top in there. Although that would be fucking awesome. That would be awesome.
Wow.
She got the legs.
She knows how to use
and then episode 10 is Life, itself. So
I got some word salad for you here. Were you ready? Mofongo con pollo al ojijo.
Well, it's chicken mofongo, but I don't know what you did. You butchered the last part of it.
No, that's what the doctor was calling his dish.
I'm saying you butchered the last part of it. I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, I couldn't tell what you were talking about earlier, too. So let's just keep it at mofongo con pollo, then.
Chicken mofongo.
Yeah. What is that, by the way?
Mofongo is a dish that's actually made out of plantains.
Oh, yum. Okay.
And they cook the plantain. What's that?
Did you look it up,
Brenda
Patrick?
looked that up when we were watching it.
Oh, okay.
We looked it up while we were watching it because I was like, we might need to cook that.
Yeah, very, very popular dish, and the plantains can be cooked in multiple different ways, but then mixed with different things, and then generally put into a mold. And then like I said, they do rice molds, so you get it in a nice little fancy, like whatever, looks like a little thing to eat out of. But with con pollo, it would be chicken, so it'd be with chicken.
He did tack on, I think it's al ojijo at the end, ojijo or something like that.
Ojijo.
Ojijo.
Ooh.
Not sure what ojijo. Not sure what that would be. But the first part would be. But plantains, oh my God, I love like fried plantains, and plantains are so good.
Well, that was another.
Plantains are not fucking bananas. They're two different fucking things.
Right. That was another very odd doctor story that I felt like was very different.
Oh, I thought that was so cool when he was talking to his grandmother.
His dead grandma, his abuela.
Well, the whole thing was he was using.
It was like a therapy tool. It was really.
Yeah, he was using.
I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah, it was a therapy tool being developed, where you'd program in, an individual. And I thought how it was so cool. But his grandmother, he thought all this shit about his grandmother. It had not but it had all the stuff programmed in about her and some things that he had just really kind of not even thought about. The fact that she actually was a doctor. But it was all this thing about the food. And I loved you talking about the mofongo. And she's like, yeah, you didn't like the mofongo. We did. We got rid of it. We just fucking used the replicator and slipped that fucking in.
Yeah.
But the best part was that last little bit of advice that, that the computer, grandma gave to him, was basically until you fucking know yourself as you are, then how are you going to know yourself over here?
Yeah.
In that different positions. And I was like, oh, girl.
Yeah, that was an interesting.
I thought it was cool. I mean,
and then he ends up
personally, I
with
thought it
Booker
was cool.
at the end.
It was.
And I thought it was really nice to hear Spanish spoken in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yep.
That was kind
of nice.
That's the absolute
that's gotta
first
be all
time
him too. That
was
gotta
the
be all
first time I heard that.
Yeah, well, I hope he gets some credit for that, some street cred for that.
Street cred.
Well, isn't Nunez? I mean, isn't there a character named Nunez?
Where
a phrase or two, or
where
Cristobal too from Picard, maybe.
I'm not saying there's never been somebody that's got a fucking name that.
But I
has
mean,
some
on
Latin.
Discovery, isn't there a character named Nunez?
There might be, but we've never heard Spanish spoken. If that's what we're talking about.
All right. Okay.
That
I think this might have been the first conversational. Yeah.
Nice. All right. That's good to know. Well, I am at the end of my notes for whistle speak.
And I am at the end of my rope.
Jeez. Do I need to talk you down from the ledge?
Nah.
Or are you on the ledge because of me?
Yeah. It was kind of the letter.
Well, Patrick, do you have any final thoughts on any of the things we talked about tonight?
I am not specifically tonight. I do still have high hopes for Trek.
Please don't put this out in the world.
Well,
please don't everybody know that I was here.
So
this ain't bad. This is good.
So Discovery is ending, and
Discovery is ending.
We'll still have Strange New Worlds, but are they having any new Trek coming up?
Well, besides Strange New Worlds, there's the Section 31 movie, which was directed by Usam Sanmi that you alluded to earlier.
Really? Same director?
Yep.
Ooh, and you know how to say the name. Look at you.
Section 31. It took me a minute. Ula Kunde, maybe? I'm probably getting it wrong, too. But, so those two are for sure. So is Starfleet Academy. I would assume with Tilly.
Mm-hmm. Great. So we get to see her teach. Get to see her teach and mentor.
Well, it was the same way when DS9 came around. It was like, oh, great, a space station.
I didn't say that. I never once said that.
I said it was said, oh, great, a space station.
Yeah.
And DS9 was fucking torn apart, as far as reviews and everything went, as far as people before it got its thing. Got its legs.
Well, they've been trying to do some sort of a Starfleet Academy show for years, since the Next Gen era.
I know, that's what I hear, and I still think it's a stupid idea, but I'm bored. Star Trek, I'll take it. We'll see what they do with it, right?
But yeah, that's it for Trek right now, because Lower Decks is ending. Who knows if Prodigy is going to have?
Well, we got season 3 of Strange New Worlds.
Yep,
that's being filmed right now.
Yep.
And that should be good because that ended with them going off the rocker to fight the whatchamahoochie, the Gorn.
Gorn. Yeah, the dinos. Yeah, Gorn.
I like Strange New Worlds.
There's I love Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, that's good.
Hands down. I will sing you the whole musical episode if you want.
Well, that sounds fun.
Not a fan.
I liked that episode. Yeah. I liked it.
Stupid.
But there's just other good shows on right now too. We're at another. The streaming industry has got problems, but they're still kicking out some good stuff. They've got finally some decent video game adaptations. You've got Halo. You've got Fallout, which is absolutely phenomenal.
Okay, so did you watch Fallout? Did you watch Fallout?
I have watched everything. Well, not the whole series. We've watched like 6, 8 out of 6.
Okay, so you know what I think we should do? Either we get Nancy on board with Fallout, and if not, then when you're done with Fallout, then let's podcast Fallout.
You guys can have a podcast on your own.
Let's do it because and as somebody who's played the game Fallout, it's obviously it's kind of freakishly in line with it. And it's already set up for season 2. I'll just tell you that. So season 2 is happening.
I'm sure Amazon would be dumb if they didn't make it.
They literally in the last episode of the first season, the last 10 seconds let you know that season 2 is happening. If you if you have played the video game at all, so. Let me know. I think Nancy would like it.
Well,
I think we just need to get her in front of the TV to watch an episode or two.
I did watch on the plane the first episode of Halo, and I hated it.
Well, the first episode of the first season was really rough. The second season was really good. Was really
the
good.
Second season was
and
the second season has received better attention and reviews from gamers.
Yep.
The second season's been more. It's not quite Fallout level adoration, but it's good.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, but and the second season was a vast improvement, and it was good. But we should pull you in, at least to pull you in an episode of. Well, you actually saw the trailer for Fallout, and you liked the trailer.
Well, maybe I did. I don't remember.
Yeah, I showed you the trailer for Fallout, and you liked it.
Okay.
I think you would like it.
All right.
It would be fun. So maybe I can get her spun up now that maybe I can get her spun up on Fallout. And then we could do one on Fallout since it's only 10 episodes.
Well, and we'll have to circle back on the rest of Discovery once.
Oh, absolutely. So it is May. What was I looking at here? For the last episode is where'd I go? What the hell happened here? I had everything in.
And while he's scrolling, May 30th. Okay.
So much for your while he's scrolling.
Okay.
I got it done right away. May 30th. So May 30th will be the season the series finale for Discovery will be May 30th.
Series finale. Yeah.
Fuck, that's the end of this month.
And that does make me sad.
It makes me very sad.
The show should have gone on a few more seasons. I mean, it bugs me that good grief, what was that show that ran 14 seasons about the Winchesters, the demon hunters? Supernatural. A show can go that long.
You're not going to go off on Supernatural, are you?
Well, I never watched it. I've never watched any of it.
I never watched an episode of it either.
Yeah.
But I don't like TV shows about
Brenda
weird
and I
shit.
could do a podcast on that show.
Oh, well. I just think
Brenda's all about vampire shows. So,
but it can go 14 seasons, and we can't even get 6 out of Discovery.
It's a different era. And I have seen specifically with Star Trek and a few other franchises. I have seen some critics and reviewers, Television World type people, that are maybe we don't need more shows. Maybe we need longer seasons of the good shows.
Yeah.
And just because people are coming back around to like Whistle Speak. They might have found a piece in the end, but it was kind of a filler episode in a way at times. And people are starting to appreciate the filler episodes as character development time and time to meet people that you don't normally. Linus would be a great character.
It would be nice. It would be nice if we get to know some of these people on the bridge. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since they're all everybody else is up. We haven't seen the main bridge crew much this year.
No, and we won't because they keep focusing on Mofongo Compoyo.
It's Discovery will be sorely missed. It brought Trek back. Hopefully, Trek
absolutely,
continues. It's not going to stop forever. Even if they were to cancel everything right now, it would be back eventually. It's too valuable for Paramount or whoever ends up owning Paramount.
Sony.
In itself, that drama. Yeah.
Oh boy.
It won't ever completely go away, but I hope it continues in its present format for quite a while.
Well, Patrick, thanks for joining us tonight.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for having me back on.
Enjoy your trip to the Gulf there, and hopefully get some sunny days.
And sunny nights. Oh, wait, you don't want sunny nights, do you?
Well, maybe if he keeps watching eclipses and auroras and all that, what's next?
There won't be much. There won't be much to look at in the sky down here. But I'll be getting plenty of beach time in the daylight.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, we're going to sign off. And thank you, listeners. This is Trophies Are for Winners. I'm Nancy.
I'm Scott. And
I'm Patrick.
Patrick.
Woo.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Hot banana.
Okay. All right.
Can you shut it off?
Okay. Can we quit? Are we
Can
done?
we shut it off so we can have a real goodbye with Patrick?
Right? Are we done?
No. Quit that.
Are we good?
Quit that.
Is it finished? Is it over? What? Hot banana?
We got the rhythm. We got the flow. Trophies are for winners. Y'all already know. We're breaking it down. Episode by